Testing. All right. You can cut out that other.
Hey, yo, aim. Yeah. Run it up, Blondo.
Hey, see y'all from Texas, where we sit riding swangers and put diamonds in our neck.
Woo. What is up? What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? It is February the 20th, year of our Lord 2026. And it's your boy Doc Holiday. We are back with another HBCU tonight. It's the weekend on a Friday night. Anyway, make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share, but always, most of all, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, comment on it, hit the comments, because it helps us get our stuff into the algorithm. So as you see, it's Friday. Like I said, it's Friday night. Right now, we got the Andre Dawson Baseball Classic. Hey, I think they're still continuing right now in Vero Beach, Florida. We have last day of practice down in New Orleans for the HBCU Legacy Bowl. And last but not least, we are heading into the final week stretch run of college basketball before tournament season starts. So that is what we got going on. We're going to have a good show, a fun show, an action-packed show tonight. So we'll have a couple of guests come on here. But in the meantime, between time, we'll be right back in just a minute. Be right back. It's your boy, Doc Holiday. Become a subscriber on HBCU Overdrive on YouTube, and you can follow me on all social media platforms at HBCU_Overdrive on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch me on TikTok at Holiday1925 and on Facebook under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. Also, when you become an exclusive family member, you get all the membership perks. You get all the exclusive members only videos, early access to new videos, member shout-outs, and members only live chats. And also, you can get birthday shout-outs on here and win member when you become a subscriber. You can also hit the donation to the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. You can hit the PayPal David Smith 1925, and you can hit the Zelle David E. Smith 30 at gmail.com. Remember, all proceeds go towards the channel, not the pocket. All right, we are back, and it's glad to be back on Friday. You don't do shows on Fridays, so what's going on with me in the meantime is I'll start my new job on Sunday. I should hear a little bit more about it as far as what time I come in, and it's basically for orientation. Again, for those that don't know, I was let go laid off from Walgreens, and I've been in somewhat, I want to say limbo, because I got, of course, I'm not gonna sit on my butt, and be like, I don't need to do anything, but at the same time, I don't like sitting at home like that. But it gave me a time, being out, in between jobs, gave me time to rest my body, gave me time to rest my mind, gave me time for some emotional clarity. Of course, gave me time to be a dad. Since my youngest baby's her birthday was this past Tuesday, we did a little get together for her Monday. So she was happy about that. I was happy about that. Got a chance to get out and have fun. Got on little go-karts. If y'all ever see me, in my life, I am 6'4". I get on a go-kart, my knees was scrunched up like this. My knees were in my chest. I'm gonna be real with you. But we pretty much was able to, I was just able to rest and kind of just, just was able to lay down and sleep and rest my body. Went to my doctor's appointment. Of course, I got one more on Monday, I think, in the morning time. And I know my doctor's going to tell me why you ain't did this, why you did that, because it costs money. And I'm like, certain folks, I ain't got that kind of money like that. But it's good to get all my stuff squared away, get my health together, get it in order, and just sit back and relax. That's all I did. As far as all I did, watch some YouTube videos, watch that horrible All-Star game. All-Star weekend, because it was horrible. Of course, was invited to a Super Bowl party. Just had, just getting out and having fun and just getting to enjoy myself. And that's something that I feel like I haven't done in a minute, in a long time. Only because when I do go out more likely be out of town, I'm always doing a job. So I'm always doing something for the podcast. I'm always doing something for the photography side of things. So, but just to get, just to basically just to go out and literally just to have fun and not worried about a lot of things. I mean, at the end of the day, it is. I don't have too much to worry about, but this just shows that sometimes sometimes you just gotta slow down and take that break. And when your body tells you to take that break, take that break. That, and I think that was my issue. That was my take on that. But that was my issue with, because even if you know, when I was off work on the weekend, and it's still my schedule's still going. I think my schedule's still going to try to be the same. I'm gonna try to negotiate that also. To work over, you know, I'm still gonna work overnight, but hopefully it's not gonna be you know, too taxing on my body. But even when I was off on the weekend, I was always working, and that's, you know, dealing with this, going somewhere, well, just, you know, just working around the house. It's like even, like I said, even being a father, I don't never take time off. So when your body is telling you to sit your black ass down somewhere, please heed that, you know, please heed that warning. Sometimes I feel like I did heed it, but I really didn't all the time. So it's just one of the things that this is one of the things that I just have to kind of just you know, deal with it. It's just, you know, one of the things I had to deal with. But this month is almost over with. That's crazy. That is crazy. This month is almost over with. I don't know what to I don't know what to say, y'all. This month is almost over with. I mean, of course, it's the shortest month of the year, but still, we about to be in March the week after. We about to be in March. We're gonna be one quarter into the new year. And that's crazy. That's crazy. So let's go ahead and get down to it. News coming out of Dallas, Texas yesterday. Press conference was held at Paul Quinn College between Paul Quinn College, the HBCU Athletic Conference, and the Dallas Sports Commission. So it has been announced that in 2027, by the commissioner of the HBCU Athletic Conference, Dr. Kiki Baker Barnes, that their conference basketball championship, men's and women's conference basketball championship tournament, will be held here in Dallas. for I think it's going to be for the week. It will be held here in Dallas. I was supposed to have her on the show earlier today, but due to the fact that she had, we talked about this yesterday. She had some things to do because they're supposed to be in Tuscaloosa this weekend, and then she said she had some other things to do. So I'm gonna try to get her on when the conference tournament is over with. But I'm going to be in the interview bag. So I will be interviewing Dr. Barnes whenever they are done with the basketball tournament. I also will be trying to get Dr. Sorrells, who is the president of Paul Quinn College. Want to try to get him on the show and talk about the impact that he has done, he has made for the small college in the southern section of Dallas, and what it means to be the president of Paul Quinn College and what he expects for the college and what he sees for the college in the future. Also on Tuesday at 3 p.m., I will be having Coach Dawn Thornton on the show at 3 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon. So y'all pull up for that. We'll talk about her success at Alabama A&M. What's the recipe to her success? And if she'll be able to get over the hump as far as when it comes to tournament time. So those are some of the interviews we're gonna try to do for this right now until basketball tournament starts up in March, and of course, baseball will be taking full swing after that. We also have spring football coming up with the UFL, also with the college game, college football. They'll be having spring practice with their spring games coming up real soon. But again, the HBCU Athletic Conference men's and women's basketball tournament will be held here in Dallas, also in conjunction with Paul Quinn College and the Dallas Sports Commission, in conjunction with Dallas Independent School District. So the way it's going to be, I think the way it's going to be, they're going to hold it is that they're going to try to use some of the gyms in Dallas to hold the games. Then the championship games will be held. I think the women will be held at Paul Quinn, on the campus of Paul Quinn College, and the men's basketball championship will be held. I think it's going to be held at Ellis Davis Fieldhouse in Oak Cliff. So, and this is going to be big because what Dr. Barnes was speaking on, she wants to kind of emulate and get, kind of have an emulation of what the CIAA does for their basketball tournament in Baltimore. So to have it here in Dallas, first and foremost, is good. To have it here in Dallas is great. because first and foremost, it puts the conference on the map. Second of all, it puts Paul Quinn College on the map. But third, it shows that it also would show that the city of Dallas can have an impact on a basketball tournament such as that. We've, of course, Dallas has hosted plenty of basketball tournaments from back in the day. Most recently, the Big 12 tournament, men's and women's basketball tournament, was held in Dallas some years ago. Of course, also in Fort Worth, over in Fort Worth, I think the American Athletic Conference held their basketball tournament over at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth. You've seen of course, the old Southwest Conference held the basketball tournament here in Dallas back in the 80s and the early 90s. So we have been a gracious host city. We have been a gracious host city when it comes to basketball. When it comes to tournament time and on basketball, we have hosted Final Four. We have hosted regionals. So we're trying to get our foot in as far as being not just a football town, but being a basketball, being a basketball town. So that's something that is is going to be very it will be very good for us here in the city, especially now because the UFL doesn't start till March, and the Rangers don't start till March. Even though they're in spring training right now, they don't start the season till the end of March, early April. So, but this is something that will be good for the city of Dallas. Also, it would be, with this, it would be, of course, it'll be broadcasted live on the Urban Edge Network. I had a chance to talk to the man himself, Hardy Pelt. He was in the building yesterday. So of course he's trying to get, we're gonna try to do some things together. He's always telling telling his crew, his team, to make sure that he hypes, make sure that he promotes the show and stuff on Twitter. And I, like I said, I'm very appreciative. I appreciate what he does. So we can try to get some more opportunities. Talked to the president, met the president of the Texas Legends, which is our G League affiliate for the Dallas Mavericks. Gave me his business card. So I'm gonna see what I can do as far as try to get some things rolling with them. But like I said, this thing, just people that was out there, that was there yesterday, and like I said, it was it was quite, it was very interesting, and got a chance to meet the commissioner, Dr. Barnes. she's very excited for this endeavor. She is very forward thinking, progressive as a commissioner, and I see good things coming out of the HBCU athletic conference. So we shall see, like I said, we shall see what's up on the horizon. Oh, Yale is there. I forgot Yale is there. In fact, let me get my for this boy jump on for a second. Yeah, that was Danny. Y'all don't believe. I'm gonna tell y'all about Miss Danny. Y'all, when she says she's 4'9", she is really 4'9". I was getting ready to say, get on her like, do you need a step stool so they can see you? But yeah, that was Danny. But yeah, let me see. I think it's on. You said it's on the MLB network. I see White Sox and Cubs. Is it? Let me see something. But let's go ahead and let's go ahead. Look, man, let's go ahead and those are would-be's. Man, let's go ahead and get into basketball, man, because man, we about to head down the final stretch of the season. What's up, man?
Man, we better not lose the Bama State when we got Cookman tomorrow.
Is it on? Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it's on MLB's website.
It's on the website.
Yeah, it's on the website. You can if you got I'm watching it on my Fire Stick. So I use a little browser on the Fire Stick. So I'm watching it there. But yeah, earlier today, just like everybody else, I went to MLB Network and went to cussing. Cause I'm like, why I'm paying for MLB Network and y'all ain't showing the game? And then one of my friends hit me up. It was like, yeah, it's on the website. Are you fucking kidding me? Did they just clear the page?
Yeah, they cleared the bases. Danny had on 3-inch heels. And she still I'm telling y'all, Danny got on 3-inch heels. Had on 3-inch heels. And she still was just above to where she could where you can still see her.
I didn't believe she was that short before. I believe her now. Because I seen her Instagram and she be standing next to the basketball players.
She's short.
Yeah. She's short.
Cause I'm about to say I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My baby girl is 5'2" at 11. I ain't believe it until I see her standing next to her mama, my ex-wife, and I was like, you know what? It don't make no damn sense. Ooh. Alabama State is up on FAMU 62 in the top of the fifth. 2 outs on the top of the fifth. They done cleared the bases.
Yeah, it ain't looking good for the good guys. They might be looking ahead to tomorrow. They might be looking ahead till tomorrow. And even though these games don't count, this is like preseason. Still, I don't want to be losing no SWAC school. Because you know Doug gonna be in my mentions.
You don't want to lose to no Ivy League school. Because
Did you
Yale there.
Did you see High Point and North Carolina Central score?
Mm-mm.
I think it was like 52-1.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Hold up. Hold up.
Now hold on. High Point can play baseball. Let's not.
I know High Point can play baseball, but
Yeah. 5-2.
$52-1. Are you for you?
I listen. I
Put
had
it
to
in the group
recheck
chat.
the
I
link
need to see
myself.
it.
It's on
Put it in the group
Instagram.
chat because I don't believe because I need to hear Jamal voice.
Yeah, it was ugly. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like 52-1, 52-6. It was something crazy. Something crazy.
Man, you had the mercy rule after you scored the 15th run.
You gotta get to. Let me hold on. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Let me hit Twitter real quick. I'll be right back.
Yo. That's worse when I remember the Rangers played the Baltimore Orioles and they beat Baltimore. Was it 30? It was 30-0. It was some years back. I don't know, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me search. Oh shoot. Let me see. I'm not gonna look at this.
Yeah, it was 51-2.
Yo.
It is. Hold on.
You sure it was High Point? Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see this. Was it A&T? So, no, I'm on. I don't see it because I'm looking at that thing.
Post the link. I just posted the link in the chat. I put it in the studio. Hold on. Yeah, I put it in the studio because it's not gonna let me put it in chat.
Oh God, Central.
Everybody can't play baseball. Everybody can play football. Everybody can play basketball. Everybody can't play baseball.
Yeah, that's.
We got somebody on base.
North Carolina Central loses to High Point. I thought it was.
Yeah, High Point. High Point can play baseball.
I figured they played baseball. I'm just saying to.
All that had to happen
Oh,
within
you
like
know
the
what?
first
Because it's club baseball.
club
Remember,
baseball. Yeah.
Central don't have a baseball team.
Yeah. And now we know why. It's all right. When I was at Florida State, we had club rugby and we was getting mollywopped.
Okay. So it was club baseball. High Point beat them 51-2 in club baseball because they don't have baseball. Because MEAC doesn't
Don't have
sponsor.
baseball, yeah.
They don't have baseball. And I heard they've been wanting to try to get baseball back for a long time. So
Yeah, because South Carolina State don't even have a baseball facility no more, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not intramural. It's club is different. So you introduce club sports to get ready to upgrade to the actual team. Like Florida State had club lacrosse, and it's the first season Florida State is playing actual lacrosse. They ain't doing bad, but you introduce the club sport for first because that's basically you can call it JV. It used to be the old JV. That's what club sports is. Club sports is the old JV, and then when you get ready, you go to either D2, D3, or D1.
You know, that's what happened to Old Dominion when it came to that football program. Because it started out as a club program.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, they got the money from the state of Virginia. And it's like, yep, we're going to bring football. We're going to bring football here.
Man, we can't not lose to these bumblebees the night before we play Cook.
Said the bumblebee.
Somebody just had a player sign a MLB contract today. And I was trying to click on it, but when you twist Twitter a little bit, it refreshed the whole dang app. So I missed it. Yeah, Mr. Jones, Georgetown Club football team.
But actually, Georgetown got an actual football team.
Yeah, like Carolina still got their club football team. Some of them keep their club football team because it was just like I said, it used to be the old JV. Because back when my daddy was in school, they wouldn't let freshmen start.
Oh,
They had to play JV first.
Jackson State beat Texas Southern today 3-2. That was earlier.
Yeah,
They go up against Yale tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern.
if they don't beat the brakes off Yale,
And then they play. Now that game would be on the MLB Network.
Tomorrow game should be on MLB Network.
And then on Sunday they play Grambling.
I'll tell you what you seeing. The ball that you're seeing now is not what you're gonna see in SWAC play. Everybody doing experimental lineups, trying to see if they got some talent with their young pitchers. You ain't gonna see what you're gonna see at the end of the season. But that game tomorrow, the ace better play. Your best bets better be in the lineup. Oh, come on, man. Man, I don't think we're gonna win this one.
What up, cuz? Mr. Haynes, you always want to talk football. That's only when it's the MEAC. Now, let's get into that because I'm gonna talk a little bit of football, right? Talk a little bit of football. Let me see if I can find that. Cause let's see if I can find it offline. The vid.
While you finding that, I want one of them seasoned Southern alumni to run up on Marshall Faulk.
We're gonna get into that too.
One of them good seasoned ones. I don't know if they got seasoned alumni like FAMU do, but if they do, that'll get them right real quick.
Oh, we're gonna get into that real quick too.
It's gonna get cold again. See, I thought me and Jack Frost had an understanding. I see I'm gonna have to run up on him again.
So this is everybody know I like wrestling, right? Everybody know I love wrestling. I like to watch wrestling. Wrestling is fun to watch, you know. So this is what I want to this is what I want to so my favorite wrestler, I think my favorite wrestler all the time is going to be the Undertaker. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Well, Uncle Israel, Dr. Israel, you was in the igloo of Chicago, so I want to say this about Morgan State. Where is Damian Wilson? Now you see the saying, it say Sami Zayn, because like I said, this is one of my newer favorite wrestlers right here, Trick Williams. You know what I'm saying? His whole motto is whoop that trick. It goes just nice with what he say. But yeah, let me talk about this.
Let me do you a favor, big dog. Nobody here in Dallas wants to hear Mr. Can't Get the Job Done tell another sob story. Every single week you come out here, you're backstage, you're moping around, you got sketches on your feet, you ain't combed your head, your breath 10 pounds of bounce that ass, and you begging for another opportunity. You make me sick.
That is for Damian Wilson. Damian Wilson.
Came out swinging. Jesus.
That is for Damian Wilson. He said you're begging for another opportunity because ever since you've been at Morgan State, you've been saying that, of course, your defense is always going to be up there. It's always going to be elite, right? We you know, he has that, but your offense is terrible.
Ain't got no excuse this year.
Ain't got no excuse this year.
That boy coming out of Rains High School in Jacksonville is better right now than every quarterback that they got. He might not be. He might need to get in the weight room. So if he don't start immediately, he need to put on a couple pounds. But right now, better than everything he got there. Now, I also say this: if he's actually 5'10", he's better than everybody they got there. If he ain't 5'10", then you gotta, because high school is kind of fudge numbers in Florida. Mm-hmm. So if he ain't 5'10", you get some grace. But if he actually 5'10", 180, I think he's 180, 185. Yeah, that kid's special.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're moping around because Damian Wilson really don't show no emotion, right? When you see him on the sideline, he really don't show that a lot of emotion. You know what I'm saying? He wearing his. He said wearing sketchy. He's in his Under Armours. His Under Armour shoes. You know what I'm saying? Your outfit is smelling like 10 pounds of bounce that ass, which is diabolical. I'm gonna have to try to get that sound piece so I can put on here. And at the end of the day, you always fall short. Cam brother Cam brother was like 5'10" also.
Yeah. And even if Morgan State don't win the MEAC, they got to look competitive. They got to look like they was in the race, and the race ain't but 6 weeks. So they got to look like they in the race until week 5 at least. You can't be out of the race on week 3. They got to look like they in the race, because then that's improvement. Especially if you're playing both offense and defense, that's improvement. But it can't look like what it's been looking like. And I ain't calling for the man job. I'm just saying for the optics of the program, yeah, it's got to look different. And I'm a Dusty Rose guy. Dusty Rose, Ron Simmons guy.
Of course, Ron Simmons in Florida State.
Yeah, I don't watch wrestling as much as I used to because I have an ash, and it looked like porn to me sometimes. So
it's almost PG, but
it's PG now. Okay.
Well, if it's SmackDown, it's got to be PG because it's on network.
Okay.
But Raw is on Netflix.
That's
They
what
go
I'm
all
saying.
out.
So, and Ash say what's on his mind, and I ain't got time for that right now.
Yeah, because I'm telling you that offense smelled like 10 pounds of bounce that ass last season.
Didn't they play somebody that was a single digit game? It was something crazy last year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The closest game they had last year was against Delaware State.
Yeah.
That was the closest game. That was the closest game that they had last season was Delaware State.
Seven to 2, man. It's getting ugly.
Anyway, again, like I said, on Tuesday at 3:00, I'm gonna have the diva, Coach Dawn Thornton, on the show. So we gonna get that going. Make sure I get that thumbnail going. But let's get into some basketball. Let's get into SWAC basketball. We got we have we have almost 2 weeks left of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Not even 2 weeks. Just a
Next
week.
week is it.
It's a week.
When I tell you, them Alley Cats in Tallahassee is gonna be tough. That
And
is the
it's
last game of the season.
rivalry weekend too.
We having a tough time with Jackson State. We having a tough time with everybody, men and women.
So yeah, let's talk about that on the men's side. Bethune-Cookman 11-3 right now. They did win. They won yesterday against Alabama State. So they sitting at 11-3 in conference, followed by Alabama A&M sitting at 9-5. But Alabama A&M has the better overall record at 16-11. Southern and Jackson State is tailing behind Alabama A&M. They both sitting at 8-5. Jackson State has won 2 in a row, while Southern has lost 1 this past week. Texas Southern with sitting at 9-6. They have won 4 in a row. They have won 4 in a row, and y'all remember when tournament time comes.
Don't nobody want to see Johnny. Nobody want to see Johnny.
When tournament time comes, who want to see Johnny? Who want to see Johnny Jones in that tournament time? Because they always say what they say is the Texas Southern Invitational. So you looking at that, and then Pine Bluff sitting at 8-6. They have on a 3-game losing streak right now. FAMU sitting at 7-7. They I guess they lost last night against who did I play yesterday? Alabama A&M.
Alabama A&M.
Yeah. They sitting at 7-7. Prairie View, Alabama State sitting at 6-8. Prairie View is on a 2-game winning streak. Alabama State, of course, again, they did lose to Bethune-Cookman yesterday. Grambling is sitting at 5-7. They on a 3-game losing streak. Alcorn, of course, they lost over the weekend. They're sitting at 5-8, and Mississippi Valley at 0-14. They have lost. To be honest with you, they have lost 26 in a row. No.
So the real question is, can Valley get a win? That's the real question.
You know what's so crazy? Valley has the 10th best scorer in the NCAA, and Michael Smith. I think this is his last name, if I'm not mistaken. That is his last name.
Wow.
Michael James. He's sitting at almost 22 points a game. Tyrion Joseph sitting at close to 21 points a game from Prairie View. Dante, we got scores in this league, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. We have scores in this league.
Ruffin is what, number one in
Ruffin's number one in the conference, but he is number. I think they say he's number 3 in the nation in scoring.
In usage rate. I think he's number 3.
He's like number 3, like top 3.
Yeah. But that's a bad stat. But most of that was the rest of the team didn't mature till late in the season. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I can't watch this no more. I can't.
They done knocked in another run.
And that's all Doug need is to give them hope that they're going to be in the SWAC championship game.
All right. On the women's side, Alabama A&M is sitting high and mighty right now in the conference. 13-1, 17-9 overall. They have won 13 in a row.
When you look good, you play good.
They got the Baker's dozen. Alcorn is sitting at 11-2 in conference, followed by Alabama State at 10-4. Southern is sitting at 9-4. Most of these teams are on win streaks. Also, Pine Bluff is sitting at 8-7. Coach Leak has done a remarkable job with the team that she has now. Of course, from what what happened last season, with it was her first year in the conference. But she's on a 2-game winning streak right now. Grambling is sitting at 6-6. Coach Simmons is her girls are winning. They won the last 3. Jackson State sitting at 6-7. Of course, we won over the weekend. FAMU is sitting at 6-8. They have lost the last 3. Texas Southern at 5-9. They also have lost their last 5 games. Mississippi Valley sitting at 4-9. They won again. I think they won yesterday. Bethune-Cookman is 4-10. They lost their last 2, and Prairie View Women's is sitting at 0-15 in conference. They have lost overall. They have lost their last 20 games. It has been a tough season for Coach Dill at Prairie View. This is her first season, her alma mater. So yeah. But that is the SWAC standings right now on both men and women. Of course, scheduled for tomorrow on the women's side. 9-2 right now. For tomorrow, you got Alabama State taking on FAMU in Tallahassee. It's on SWAC TV tomorrow. Alcorn and Jackson State square up at Lorman. That game is going to be. It's not even on TV. Unless it's going to be on the Alcorn, the Braves network.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the Braves network. If you that Alcorn athletic page is just gonna show you stats on YouTube. You need that Braves network channel.
Mm-hmm. Unless they actually show the game. Let's see what we got. We got Bethune-Cookman and Alabama A&M going at each other. That's on SWAC TV at 2 p.m. Eastern. You got Grambling and Southern. Baton Rouge. That game will be on the Jaguar Sports Network. Texas Southern versus Mississippi Valley from Itabena. Now that should be on. I think that will be on the Valley Sports Network also. And then you got Prairie View, Pine Bluff. They played the other night. Of course, with Pine Bluff taking a win against Prairie View. So those are the games for Saturday. And on the men's side, let's get to the men's. It's all the same for the men. Bottom of the six. They got to get some runs going. All right, Jackson State Alcorn. That game is at 3 p.m. Of course, again, this should be on the Brave Sports Network. Bethune-Cookman, Alabama A&M live from Daytona. That is on SWAC TV at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be a good one right there because that's number 1 versus number 2.
I think Alabama A&M gonna win that game unless Dr. Bradley show up. I think Alabama A&M gonna win that game.
Grambling and Southern, that's a 5 p.m. tip-off time from Baton Rouge on SWAC TV. FAMU and Alabama State, also a 5 p.m. tip-off time, 5 p.m. Eastern for that game. Live from Tallahassee, that's on SWAC TV at Prairie View, Arkansas, Pine Bluff. From Pine Bluff, Arkansas, that's a 5:30 tip-off. That will be on SWAC TV. So all teams now are jockeying for position. They are jockeying for position. They say it's on SWAC TV in Jackson. Okay, so I don't know what. I might see it on here. Let me see. Because I can pull it up on my thing. Okay, so it is on SWAC TV tomorrow. We're gonna have some good basketball tomorrow.
Man, if you're a SWAC sports fan, this is your weekend.
Just a sports fan, period. It is your weekend. It is your weekend.
You can start the day with basketball and end it with baseball.
Okay, yeah. CIAA regular season comes to end tomorrow. I think the SWAC is the same too. They should be starting a conference tournament next week. But updates from the HBCU Legacy Bowl practice. Jeremiah Williams is looking real good down there.
Yeah.
Also, the receiver from Edward Waters, Makai Levet, he's still repeating what he did the other day down there in practice. Talking about a kid that's 6'1", 220 pounds. Man, I look at him being more of a route technician. The thing he needs to work on a little bit more is work on trying to get off the press. I think that's what Blue was saying the other night.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the receivers need to work on getting off. They need to work on getting off the press.
Yeah, because half of the teams most of the teams in HBCU was not playing press coverage.
It depends. Depends on who. It depends, because I think certain schools were playing press coverage.
Oh, I don't know if you know the NCCU kid that transferred to Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
He got an invite to the combine.
That's good. Oh yeah, Jamari Taylor.
Taylor, yep. We have a lot of scouts that are from HBCU and are around HBCU, whether they were coaches in HBCUs, graduates, and then went to scouting departments in HBCUs that are in scouting departments in the NFL. And when I looked, I didn't think it was as many people as it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer an excuse why HBCU players are not getting invites to the combine. That ain't an excuse no more.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me be real with y'all. And this was said last year. This was said by Miss Liberty, Miss Rashida Liberty, who is, to me, I'm gonna call her the HBCU agent. He said that most all the NFL teams are going to be looking at more kids. They're going to be looking at more young men that are in the P4 than in the G6 or any other level, because they feel like that they are already made, they are already prepared for the to be in the NFL, which I'm gonna be honest with you, half of them jokers ain't ready to be in the league. Some of these jokers ain't got the work ethic to be in the league. You look good, in shorts and a t-shirt, but are you putting in the time by yourself to get yourself better? Are you maximizing your full potential? But because the NFL, all they want is P4s.
Is this a safe space?
They rather get a kid from Georgia, because you know why they want to get a kid from Georgia, especially on their defense? Because for one, Georgia plays a helter-skelter type defense that you see in the NFL. They run the same type of coverages. They run the same type of blitzes. They run the same type of line movements that the NFL does. That was the same. That was the same reason why they went when Nick Saban was the head coach at Alabama. They go to Alabama and get the defensive players. Now it kind of flipped around now because they started getting more. It started getting more offensive wise. With Derrick Henry's, the Eddie Lacy's, the Julios, Jalen Waddles, Devontae Smith, Derrick Henry. Like you getting those type of players, but it was still when Nick Saban was at Alabama. You gonna get at least 4 or 5 players off of his defense that's gonna be either first, second, or third round.
For us, there was a transition in how we play football. We are all playing Canada Junior football. Hopefully that changes at FAMU this year. But outside of UAPB, nobody was opening that thing up this year. And I get it. You want to play safe football. That's all well and fine.
But you say Canada Junior football but hey, it's folks from Canada Junior getting their ass drafted some way, somehow.
Yeah, they got drafted to the Raiders and they're not on the team no more.
Well, you can't. Well, you gotta take your bias away from the Raiders.
Listen, I get all that, but
you gotta take your bias away because somebody that drafted a player from such school, and you try to convert his ass to a wide receiver, and he ain't pick up on what y'all was doing. Y'all
what's the other kid from? We drafted the other kid from the other school up north, and he was supposed to be a wide receiver he didn't make the team. He didn't make the team, which again, it goes to more to the Raiders than anything else. But I'm just talking about forget just the Raiders. We gotta figure out how we maximize the skill position players that we have. Because DBs seem to make it, DBs and running backs seem to make it on an NFL team if they get a practice squad invite or a training camp invite. But you mean tell me nobody in HBCU land can be a 7-round draft pick? That's crazy.
I didn't say nobody can make it be a 7-round draft pick. What I'm saying is that these scouts and these teams already have their eyes set on what they want.
Oh yeah, I know. I definitely know that. I be trying to be politically correct, but the NFL, the scouts that come from us that haven't drafted from us or promoted from us, we gotta start taking a look at it. It's the same thing with you have black GMs who have never hired a black football coach. It's the same thing. The whole purpose.
The only two I know that has gotten somebody on the HBCU level that is on a 53-man roster is Brad Holmes up in Detroit. You want to know the other one is?
I'm trying to think off the top of my. I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's Jerry Jones. I mean, we sprinkle around. I mean, look at it. He went with we let go of Michael Parsons, right? We traded Michael Parsons away to Green Bay, traded him to foreign lands. We ended up getting James Houston. James Houston had a good. I feel like James Houston had a good season. He had a good season, but I think if they lock him in on a like a 2-3 year deal, and he's under this defensive coordinator in Christian Parker, and he's working with Marcus Dixon, who's on the deep, he's the defensive line coach. Trust me, I think he could have what he had in 2022. And the 8 sacks in 7 games. I think he could get to that. I just think when I feel like when Eberflus was last season, when he was defensive coordinator, he did not get them to maximize their actual pass rushing abilities. Of course, Jadeveon Clowney is doing it off of straight up. He got a reputation. You talking about, man, that average, you know what I'm saying? Average double-digit sacks for years. He just got he got up there in age. But I think we are, as far as that, I think we are good. But you also see you got Emmanuel Wilson in Green Bay. You have I think Rob McDaniel will be able to hit. I think he'll be on a 53-man roster this coming up year. I believe he'll do it. I think he when he got in there, he worked. He worked on his craft, and he kind of bulked up a little bit. Trying to, I think it was more for him to understand to get the speed of the game and stuff like that. But I think he'll be on a 53-man roster because I think, if you're talking about Dan Quinn loves those. He loves DBs that's interchangeable. That's the reason why. That's the reason why he loved it. Dan Quinn loved the hell out of Marquise Bell.
Yeah,
because Marquise could play safety, he could play nickel corner, he could play free safety, he could play box safety, he could even play weak side linebacker, even though that ain't his natural position. But he went out there and he went out there and he did what he did. Yeah, the Colts did the same thing, of course, with Shaq Leonard. When he was playing with them, there's some guys that's in shoot. I forgot to talk about this guy, Kadero Hodge, and he been doing it for a minute. Receiver out of Prairie View. He wanted to, he got his time in. He bided his time. He played special teams. He was on there for third down situations as a receiver, and he went out there and balled. And it paid off for him. I think he had got a contract extension.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, historically, in the last couple of years, these teams, the organizations, these owners have all they want is somebody where they don't really have to actually develop. They want these cats already. They want them self-made already.
Did Kelby hurt his draft position by staying at Southern this year?
No, because he still put in like 8.5, 9 sacks. He still had like 20, almost close to 20 tackles, TFLs. He's a run stopper. But I'm gonna tell you this: Kelby Givens would be better playing outside linebacker, because to me, he doesn't have the. And we always, you talk about this. We always talk about this when you talking about pass rushers, right? He ain't got the bend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ain't got that bend. He ain't got that wiggle. Like he is. Uncle Fred would call him Mr. Olympian for a reason because he's big up top. Like he's big, but he has no bend to like when he gets off the line. Like and we shall see about that tomorrow too, because the Legacy Bowl is tomorrow also.
Yep.
NFL Network. So we'll watch, we're gonna watch that also. But when you look at it, when you look at it, it's like certain players you see that we see on Saturdays, can they translate it to the next level? Bryce Cage from Grambling, 6'4", 260. He could play inside and out. He could put his hand in the dirt. He could stand up. He could play 3 technique, 1 technique. Quincy Ivory from Jackson put on another 20 pounds of muscle. He's 6'3", 260 pounds. He can contain the line, he can play containment. He's a run stopper. He can play in space. We saw that, you know what I'm saying? We saw that this season. And also he could get to the QB. You looking at dudes like Jeremiah Williams, like they can play one, he can play 0 technique, 1 technique, 2, 3. He can play all of it. He's undersized. He's 6'3", but I think he's like 6'1", 285 pounds. Yeah. Kelby, look, when you look at Kelby's upside, it's missing. He don't have like he's better playing linebacker than he's playing on the defensive line. And if he wants to make some real money, his best bet is to play special teams.
Canadian football is a pipeline.
Canadian football is a pipeline. Aubrey Miller just re-signed a deal with Saskatchewan.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what he does? He plays situational football on certain downs, and he plays special teams. Y'all gotta remember, Aubrey Miller was the starting middle linebacker for Jackson State in 21 and 22. And he also played special team with Jackson. Because you want to know why? Because Dion told him, if you want to get on that field, you got to play special teams. I'll give Dion his kudos on that, because he'll tell you, he'll tell you if you got the goods or if you ain't got it. But when you look at certain things, Yeah, South Carolina State had 3 players on their roster, on 53-man roster. We talking about Kobe Durant, talking about Shaq Davis, and Javon Hargrave. Like you look at it, like last season, Elijah Williams should have been drafted last season from Morgan.
Absolutely.
This season, Eric Hunter should be drafted. He needs to be drafted from Morgan State. Just off the man is that kid is read and react, and he is smart when it comes to the I would call it the manipulation of the QB, of the QB's eyes. And he's a tackling machine. He has the actual size to be a either outside or inside linebacker in the league. Another kid that should be in the league is from South Carolina State. Gerard Washington should be in the league. He should be drafted. And if he ain't drafted, you're doing him a disservice. Bigger than Kobe Durant. We talking about Gerard Washington. It's like 6'2", 200 pounds. Can play press, can play off, can play zone. You can put him in nickel. You can move him to safety if you want to. He's a all-around defensive back. And let him make his bones and playing a special team. So just think about that. Just think about that. But we'll be right back. We're going to get to the main topic for tonight. It's your boy, Doc Holliday. Become a subscriber on HBCU Overdrive on YouTube, and you can follow me on all social media platforms at HBCU_Overdrive on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch me on TikTok at Holiday1925 and on Facebook under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. Also, when you become an exclusive family member, you get all the membership perks. You get all the exclusive members only videos, early access to new videos, member shoutouts, and members only live chats. And also you can get birthday shoutouts on here and win member when you become a subscriber. You can also hit the donation to the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. You can hit the PayPal David Smith 1925, and you can hit the Zelle David E. Smith 30 at gmail.com. Remember, all proceeds go towards the channel, not the pocket. All right, we back. Let's see if I can try to find this. There we go. All right. This was from the Jaguar Journal the other day. I think it was this week with Perry White. And I want y'all to take I wanted y'all to take close attention to what Perry is saying. Let's see, guys. All right. All right, let's go.
Aren't you excited that we got Marshall Faulk and you thought, hey, we gonna do things differently now all of a sudden? You tell me I'm lying. Because I thought that. I'm like, we get this coach who has this pedigree, this background, and I'm saying being a former guy in media, being a Hall of Famer. I'm thinking things are going to be different in how we do business and operate. We're almost 3 months in, and here I am. It shouldn't be no reason for the simple stuff. I don't care. All right, you want to wait on the Nike deal? Cool. Got you. He didn't show up at signing day? Cool. But the simple stuff is you have a social media with hundreds of thousands of followers, and we're not being promoted on there. We're not even in your bio. Anything that you see on his page on Instagram is because somebody tagged him to it. If I'm tripping, I'm tripping. And I'm man enough to let y'all know, Perry, you're tripping. I'm just telling you, if I'm hired at Southern today, it's in my bio tonight. If I'm hired at Southern today, I got on Southern gear right now. It ain't even Nike or Under Armour. It's just Southern. But for those of you out there who don't see it my way, that's fine. I'm just observing things. And my observation is clearly he's never been a head coach before, and I don't have no problems with him. And you see, I ain't even said nothing about the staff. I feel that he says, hey, I put together a great enough staff. They got things while I'm away. But even when you hear, not just while you away, let's look at the totality of it. Where's go get your season tickets at? He's not even on the schedule. What have we put out from athletics that has shown anything of Marshall Faulk? But what are we doing when we hired a guy that's supposed to bring visibility? Remember, visibility. That's what he brings. That's what you don't get when you hire a regular football coach. Remember, you bring in a guy who has celebrity status because of visibility. And that's all I'm saying. And when I go look on his Instagram with thousands of followers, I don't see head coach at Southern University. I don't even see it in his bio. I don't see anything post, but I see you promoting a pool party Sunday. Get your tickets if you're in Vegas at the Sahara. He'll be the host. I just thought things would be different. So far in February, we'd have missed putting out the schedule and National Signing Day, and our coach was on neither one of them. So is that tripping? Am I tripping?
All right. Now, what we got? Troy?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
If you no call and no show, do you have a job?
When I was a manager, store manager, you do 2 call no shows, you ain't got no job. Woo. If you do a no call no show within the first week of me hiring you, you have no job.
See, where I'm from, if you no call no show, immediately you lose your job because you basically just said you don't even want to be there, right?
Yeah, in most instances, yeah.
So, as a football coach, National Signing Day is before the football season is one of the 3 most important moments of the off season. That's part of marketing. And
Right.
Southern made a big fanfare about him being the head football coach, right?
Right.
So, all right, y'all got the head football coach y'all wanted. That's cool. But is it the institution he wanted to coach for?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. As if I am a diehard Southern fan, and y'all know I ain't, but I'm just putting myself in their shoes, right? If I am a diehard Southern fan, if I am a season ticket holder, if I put my money into the NIL collective, if I give money to when it comes to the day of giving for the university, right? And I'm when you even when you alum when you put money into an athletic department, into an actual sport, in the end you are a quote unquote booster, because you're trying to boost up the like you said, the visibility and the standard of the football the sport, right? And especially when it comes to football. If I don't see my coach anywhere other than the damn introductory press conference that you had, which was what was that, in December or in January? Was it early January or was it December?
Uh, it was. I think he got hired, wasn't it? Early December.
He got hired in December. He got hired in December. We have we got Southern people up on this. We got them on the show. Adrian is one, Crook. But if I don't see my head coach, the person that's supposed to turn around the misfortunes of this football program, right? If I don't see him around, I'm going to ask questions just like Perry White just did. I understand that you probably because you have Hall of Fame, as being a Hall of Famer, right? You have your you have a commitment, right? Okay. You was on a podcast, right? You was on a podcast with Marshawn Lynch and Michael Robinson, the Get Got podcast. Marshawn Lynch was doing y'all know Marshawn, y'all know Beast Mode from Oakland. Beast Mode ain't got no filter on his mouth. Bro, he looked so out of place on that podcast. Like, it didn't make no sense. And of course, I knew it was Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl weekend, Super Bowl week. I mean, you got a ring, but at the end of the day, the university shelled out a lot of money for you to be their head coach. You are an investment to that university and to that the student body, the alumni, the student athletes. You are an ambassador. And it's strange to see that if his face is not on, if his face is not on where you supposed to sell the damn tickets, right?
He's supposed to be the face of the organization.
You're supposed to be the face of the organization.
And respectfully, you gave him a lot of deference because of his Hall of Fame status. His Hall of Fame status ain't won damn football game. Now, he ain't beat nobody. He has done nothing to warrant this amount of privilege. It's given. Oh, I feel like people owe me something. Don't nobody owe you nothing, SWAC. You ain't done nothing.
Anything.
You ain't done nothing. You ain't did nothing, and you ain't gonna get no respect until you do something. Everybody's just in awe of the guy that ran for 1,000 yards and had 1,000 yards receiving career. At some point, you keep pissing off boosters and alums, it's gonna get ugly. And if Perry's doing this already, it's already ugly.
It's already ugly. And then here's the thing. Here's the thing. Most schools have most of the schools in the SWAC, and even in the MEAC, they have school-centric shows, school-centric podcasts, right? Okay. I don't know about Delaware State, but they get talked about more on HBCU sports because my man Chris is a Dale State alum, right?
Yeah, Chris Wright Sports.
Yeah, Chris Wright Sports. I don't know what about Norfolk State, but Michael Vick is an introvert himself. But at least he got his face out there. His face was everywhere to try to turn the program around at Norfolk State. Hell, even Trey Oliver. Trey don't even like doing interviews. It seems like Trey, when it comes to interviews, when it comes to the coach's call, he feels like he allergic to it. But guess what? He still do it. He's still out there. You look at over in the SWAC. Like I said, we said this yesterday. For FAMU, there's 2 shows you're gonna go to that Quinn Gray is gonna go to. He's gonna go on the OG Strike Zone, and where he going? Fangs Up. He going on the Fangs Up. He might go on the Fangs Exchange. He might come on ours. He might come on for you with us strike season. But the 2 main shows that Quinn Gray will go on will be ONG and Fangs Up. You look at Prairie View. Tremaine Jackson is going straight up on the damn show with Lionel. No, I'm talking about, I know that, Mr. Emmett, but I'm talking about when he got hired. Those are the 2 shows that you go on. Because right now, 220 Quarterback Club is not talking football right now.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
No, yeah, Quinn is going to Fangs up. He's going to ONG. He already did ONG. I think he's working on. I think Keith is working on the Fangs Up interview, but he's also been on a couple other FAMU citric, just not sports related, but just regular FAMU podcasts. He's made the rounds,
Mm-hmm.
and other
Sam,
coaches like Coach Woody and his assistants have made the rounds on Hell Wildcat Spaces. So the teams are putting in, coaches are putting in the work. This guy literally is not putting in the work, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But I know sometimes my tone come off disrespectful, but I'm real serious about this PWI guy in HBCU Spaces. If you don't come in here like you love to be here, I have a problem.
yeah,
I'm going always because it makes it look like Black PWI people are anti HBCUs, and the bulk of us are not. And that's what really be pissing me off. So when you see me say stuff like I gotta live here, because these are my people, and you ain't finna keep treating my people like this and thinking it's okay. And I'm not even a Southern alum. I'm not a Southern fan. It's just we know the work that Southern put in to fundraise to get this man this job, and it feels unappreciated. We could be wrong. He could be afraid of the spotlight. I do not know, but this is what it looks like, and that's more important. The optics of what it is more important than what it really is because we haven't heard from him. It would be one thing to be like, man, I'm working on public speaking. I get nervous, yada yada. If we heard that, it's
mm-hmm.
different. That's a whole different ballgame. But just you posting up about a pool party and you ain't got the school in your bio. I don't even work at FAMU. FAMU is in my bio.
It's so crazy. That's the thing. Yeah, you can do like you said, you can do all this stuff, but as soon as you got hired, it would have been in my bio on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Head football coach of Southern University. Because you want to know what's gonna happen when you put that bio in your bio. That when you put that in your bio, that algorithm's gonna do something. It's gonna play with it's gonna play with you. Because you're gonna have people that you're gonna have more people come to you now. Because why? They're interested that you are the head football coach of Southern University. It's just the same thing with Dion when he came to Jackson State. When Deion Sanders when he changed his bio and put up in there Deion Sanders Coach Prime, let's put it like that. Coach Prime had he was the 21st football coach at Jackson State University.
You know, we got sick of seeing when Charlie Ward got hired. Charlie Ward was at the first 6 football games. Probably the first 3 home football games after he got hired. Charlie Ward was there.
Of course, Charlie Ward gonna be. Charlie Ward is I mean, of course, I mean, basketball is the thing, but football is always gonna be
But the same thing was with Quinn. When Quinn got hired, Quinn was at the basketball games. He was handing out food to the softball team. At one point, I ain't gonna lie, I got tired of seeing Quinn on my Twitter timeline because I already know he was doing the work. I only know a few Southern people. I think your girl Harley Quinn, I know her, or she Grambling. No, I think she's Southern. But I only know a few Southern people, and none of them posted anything about Marshall Faulk after he got hired. It was like he got hired and then went to the black hole. And it shouldn't be like that, man. It just I'm sorry, y'all. I'm probably a little rude with it, but yeah. Tyler Ward did grow up at FAMU.
And here's another thing, man. It's just like when Dion got the head coach job at Jackson State, he was on the pregame show. Pregame show was his mouthpiece. It was hard to get him on Tiger Talk. But you get him on Tiger Talk, of course he was on there with, of course he got Rob J. He talked to Rob J. They cool. But and then when TC became the head coach, TC did a barnstorming tour. Started doing in the off season. Started during started on Tiger Talk. Then he went on with Ken Clark. Then when we the media day come, he on there with myself. He on there with Timona. He's doing everything that he's supposed to do. It's like Cedric Thomas. Cedric Thomas gonna go on that Golden Hill review with G. He gonna go on that. He gonna be on that. He gonna be on there with Charles Edmond, because you can't miss that. That'd be the first for somebody from our court. That's the first person you're gonna talk to is Charles Edmond. On that Braves network.
Hell, Blue and Coach got Coach T-Buck on their show every week.
Yeah, every week. And the only reason why I did that because Coach Fred is up at Valley. So, as a football coach, that, like I said, you are supposed to be the one that's supposed to. Damn, Riri. You are the one that's supposed to be you're supposed to be the one that galvanizes the whole fan base. You are supposed to be the one that's supposed to galvanize the whole fan base. You have to, cause like it's like this is what I'm looking at. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Thank you, Miss Gina. Thank you. At least he should be able to. At least he needs to wear the damn merchandise.
He still be wearing his brand.
Yeah, Chris Disman don't seek attention. He's not seeking attention, but he knows the first. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. With Chris Disman, the first person he's gonna talk to is Dr. Cavill. And KTSU. Those are the two people he gonna talk to. I don't know about Coach Hampton up at Pine Bluff, but I figured they got something up there too.
Man, look, time's up. If you invite them on the show, they coming. If they schedule work out, they coming.
Big, I'm. You know what? Gonna have to hit up Coach Hamp. I'm gonna hit Coach Hamp up. But I mean, you know, well, like, and let me replay this again, y'all. Let me replay this again so people can understand what's going on.
Weren't you excited that we got Marshall Faulk and you thought, hey, we gonna do things differently now all of a sudden? You tell me I'm lying. Because I thought that. I'm like, we get this coach who has this pedigree, this background, and I'm saying being a former guy in media, being a Hall of Famer. I'm thinking things are going to be different in how we do business and operate. We're almost 3 months in, and here I am. It shouldn't be no reason for the simple stuff. I don't care. All right, you want to wait on the Nike deal? Cool. Got you. He didn't show up at signing day? Cool. But the simple stuff is you have a social media with hundreds of thousands of followers, and we're not being promoted on there. We're not even in your bio. Anything that you see on his page on Instagram is because somebody tagged him to it. If I'm tripping, I'm tripping. And I'm man enough to let y'all know, Perry, you're tripping. I'm just telling you, if I'm hired at Southern today, it's in my bio tonight. If I'm hired at Southern today, I got on Southern gear right now. It ain't even Nike or Under Armour. It's just Southern. But for those of you out there who don't see it my way, that's fine. I'm just observing things. And my observation is clearly he's never been a head coach before, and I don't have no problems with him. And you see, I ain't even said nothing about the staff. I feel that he says, hey, I put together a great enough staff. They got things while I'm away. But even when you hear, not just while you away, let's look at the totality of it. Where's go get your season tickets at? He's not even on the schedule. What if we put out from athletics that has shown anything of Marshall Faulk? But what are we doing when we hired a guy that's supposed to bring visibility? Remember, visibility. That's what he brings. That's what you don't get when you hire a regular football coach. Remember, you bring in a guy who has celebrity status because of visibility. And that's all I'm saying. And when I go look on his Instagram with thousands of followers, I don't see head coach at Southern University. I don't even see it in his bio. I don't see anything post, but I see you promoting a pool party Sunday. Get your tickets if you're in Vegas at the Sahara. He'll be the host. I just thought things would be different. So far in February, we'd have missed putting out the schedule and National Signing Day, and our coach was on neither one of them. So is that tripping? Am I tripping? Weren't you excited that we got?
Man, look, hold on. Let me go back to that comment. Let me go back to that comment.
So Miss Gina's comment.
Miss Hawkins. Oh no, yeah, Miss Gina comment. You're right, Miss Gina comment. It ain't even HBCU culture. You are promoting an event that's gonna pay you nickels when Southern has given you $5 million. This contract literally changed the contract structure of coaches that are getting ready to get extensions in the SWAC. And you promoting a pool party. When he got the job, did he donate $100,000, $10,000 to Southern?
I don't know. I don't think he did. I don't know.
Coaches set the tone for the whole program. Like I can't speak for nobody else, but I know before we knew what was going on in the background, us Rattler fans raised holy hell when Cozy didn't show up to sign the day. Like it went down on the timeline. Then when the coach got hired and the AD got introduced, the next thing everybody wanted to know is what's next. They gave them a fundraising campaign and they raised $300,000 in a little over 30 days. And then what's next? People want to know about the season tickets. We had AD Davis on the show and he said it's coming in a week. And in a week, the tickets for people who are returning season ticket holders, Ticketmaster opened up and people were able to purchase their season tickets. And then when these new season tickets open up, I'll be able to buy my season tickets. So it is a whole process that went down. And mind you, during this whole process, people was complaining that it wasn't moving fast enough. Just imagine being a Southern fan, being a Southern alum. Man, I would be ready to flip tables.
So the crazy thing about this, when the first thing, when TC got hired on as a head coach at Jackson State, the first thing that we did was when its season tickets came out. First thing we did was Austin did a commercial with Coach O and Zoe. The model was get your damn tickets. GYDT, get your damn tickets. That was the hashtag. Hashtag GYDT, get your damn tickets.
No, like put Crook coming up. We're not gonna let you get away with that, Crook. This ain't about what he doing in HBCU spaces. This ain't about that at all. This is about what he does as a leader of Southern University football. Now, if you as an alum are not mad, that's fine. We know a whole bunch more that are mad. That's my whole thing. Like, I haven't seen fans like even question, will he be able to get wins? They literally want him to make the brand look better right now. Now that may change come football season and you kick it off. But right now they're not talking about wins. They're talking about, hey, what's the campaign? Like, what we doing? Get us excited.
I mean, we know about contracted events, but still at the same time, here's the thing. Signing day is always in the daytime. It's early in the day. You could take a flight to the West Coast after you do signing day. And I ain't saying, look, we ain't saying anything about the brand, because remember when Dion got to Jackson State, we was a Nike school. Dion wasn't gonna coach until we switched out the brand.
But even still, so I'm saying this out loud now, but I'm gonna deny it later. You don't have to wear, for the sake of marketing, you don't have to wear official team gear. You can go to the people that be selling on the corner.
That's what Perry just said, though. He said this ain't Under Armour, this ain't Nike. This is just something with. He could go. What? He could go to Anthony Lawrence. Anthony Lawrence is the major outfit. Is the main outfitter when it comes to Southern sports. as far as with clothing, right? I'll be broadcasting it on SWAC and Food. He go to Anthony Lawrence. Hey man, give me a shirt. Give me a hoodie. Give me a sweater. Give me some shorts. Give me a hat for right now. Until y'all switch up your brand from Under Armour to Nike, you can wear something else. It is not hard to do. It's not hard to do.
Kirk, you're not getting excited and handing over $10 million to Southern because y'all got Tulane ex-coach as the GM. The GM is not exciting the fan base to buy season tickets. And at this point in the off season, that's all y'all want to do is get your money up and sell season tickets. That's it. That's all we saying. So, and Mr. Hunt make another great example. Do you know outfitters will send you gear?
Thank you.
They will send the coach gear. They will send the coach gear. I'm sending a Gathering Old Men podcast hat to a coach in the SWAC. They'll send you the gear. Wow. You know what I just thought about, Doc?
You ain't sitting in my head, do you?
Not only that, we are sitting here raising hell for a coach to do the bare minimum. And we are raising that hell in the backdrop of a PWI guy in the HBCU space to bring exposure. And we are arguing about him doing the bare minimum.
But ain't that what you're supposed to do?
No, we're supposed to do that. We're supposed to do that. But this shouldn't be the argument. The argument should be other things. This should not be the bare minimum. Shouldn't be our argument. You don't have to be here.
Look, I understand where you're coming from. Because here's the thing. Deshaun Jackson had his introductory press conference, right?
That man wore so much teal.
He wore so much Delaware State shit. It started to make my eyes hurt sometimes. But at the end of the day, soon as that press conference was done, that man was off and running. Of course, he goes on his podcast. He goes on the podcast with him and Shady McCoy. But guess what? Guess what he got on his podcast? On that podcast, Delaware State stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He goes on. He goes on. He on a barnstorming tour. Then guess what? He's recruiting. He's getting players from California to come to Dover. He's getting players from other places to come to Dover. He's getting a staff together that was one of the better staffs to me, I feel like one of the better staffs in the BA. Not named South Carolina State or North Carolina Central. He was better than the staff of Howard. Howard is a big brand. Howard probably got more people on their staff, on the coaching staff. Deshaun probably had 2-3 quarters of that. and went out there. And the thing about it is that Deshaun said what he said was he wasn't going. We not gonna lose. We not gonna be the old Delaware State that people used to have us on their schedule for homecoming. We're gonna go out there and put belt to ass, and they did that. The man's suit at his press conference was the baby blue and the cardinal red. Am I lying, Troy?
I gave him props for it. I said the only thing he needed was some Teal Stacey Adams, and it would have been off the chain.
It would have been on the pocket. He'd have been looking like a old Mississippi pimp. But here's the thing that Marshall Faulk is going to come across when the season starts. Of course, you're on a 1-game winning streak because you won the Bayou Classic. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You won the Bayou Classic.
And even then, they said that wasn't good enough.
They said it wasn't good enough. So, just like Dr. Kanisha said yesterday, I hope she hear. I hope she hear me. I hope she hear me. Just like Dr. Kanisha said last night, there are more coaches in the HBCU space or just in college football overall that was more qualified to get the job than Marshall Faulk. You had a coach that was let go by a university after the year before he gave them their first winning season in over 40 years.
And beat Cookman.
And beat Bethune-Cookman. He gets fired at the end of this season because I feel like he wanted to know what is the administration going to do to help him elevate the program. I think they did. I think he was done the same way that Kendrick Wade was done at Valley.
Your boy at Florida Memorial. That's at Chicago State now.
Bobby Rome is at Chicago State. Got his schedule. I think they playing 12 games. 11 games this season.
Yep.
His schedule is out. You have a coach in the CIAA that just won a conference for the first time in over 50 years. And went to the playoffs.
But we like to be seen. We went out and got the celebrity guy, who ain't really the quote unquote celebrity type.
He's not see, this is the thing. I said this all last year, right? And the year before. Other than Deion Sanders, because Deion is Deion, right? He's going to keep his name in the limelight. That's him. Deshaun Jackson ain't no celebrity coach. Michael Vick is a semi-celebrity coach because of his stature, because of what he did on that field. He was an icon back then. 20 some years ago. That's crazy. Now you get Marshall Faulk. He ain't no celebrity. He not for you to be celebrity, you got to be out there. And just because he was on TV doing something talking about something that he has experience in as far as playing, to me does not make him a celebrity. It's not a celebrity. He is.
Ooh, that's
I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna ask you your question. Is this a safe space?
Yeah.
He ain't shit to me.
Southern ain't done nothing. And he's one of the greatest all-time running backs in NFL history. Maybe even college history. He might have even got cheated out of a Heisman Trophy. That does not make you an HBCU football coach. He got to
That
earn
don't
his
make you a
stripes.
football coach overall.
Yeah, he got to earn his stripes just like everybody else. I ain't saying this to be mean. I'm just saying we expected better. And again, what I got to say don't matter a hill of beans. It's the Southern fans that's telling you this. And I don't know no what I call Facebook alumni, but I wonder what them Southern Facebook alumni got to say. Because them be the ones that be having the money that spend the money. They gonna steal some type of way. Y'all just better be glad Southern don't have no 220 club.
It's crazy when you got a person like Carlos Brown, who's a cool dude, who is Southern through and through. He extends an invitation and you don't take it. That says a lot right there about who you are.
I learned so much about Southern just from talking to him for 30 minutes at the Celebration Bowl. I know more about coaches around HBCUs, around the HBCU space, from 30 minutes of talking to him about Southern football. And you don't go to his space. Okay. And then you're not obligated to go. You're not obligated to go.
But you want to put yourself out there and be on that show. Because why? I have learned that being in this space, being in the podcast space, just being in media space, period, your voice carries.
Mm-hmm.
Your voice carries weight. When I'm talking about weight, your voice carries weight like it's drugs. Like you selling dope. That's how big that is. And it's so crazy. We talk about. It's so funny. We talk about when coaches came from the D2 level, but this man, Tremaine Jackson, came in and said what he was going to do from the jump. Said when he come out, we come out that hill, and you hear that click clack, he was trying to get to it. He won the conference, and he got to Atlanta. Now he didn't say that didn't say that he was gonna win it, right? He didn't say he gonna win it, but he got to Atlanta, and he was 2 points away. He was a 2-pointer away from winning the whole game.
Wherever you could have sold singles to that damn song.
But he did what he said he was gonna do. Same thing with Coach Robinson over at Bama State. That man came in with no coaching experience like that. Now he done did color commentating, but he came in with no coaching experience. This man has not had a season below 500 since he been in the SWAC. Tell me if I'm lying.
All right.
That man had improved every year since he been the head football coach of his alma mater.
I just hope I get to interview him for Media Day, because every coach that I don't get a chance to interview at Media Day end up getting fired for some reason.
So just looking at it, man, you got to, like, me coming in there this year for Media Day, he better be there. He better be at every podcast, every radio, every TV, broadcasting Southern, promoting Southern.
We're going to be able, well, I know we'll be able to get an interview with him because ESPN always run behind. So I just sit there at the door and grab him with ESPN be their usual 45 minutes behind. Shout out to ESPN events. I like ESPN events. ESPN, you know what it is. Oh boy, these alley cats really, oh man, Jesus, I can't wait to get to Twitter. I can't wait. Because they talking noise. We lost to Bama State tonight, and they, woo.
But hey, you do what you do. And Tony Clayton, I'm gonna need you. You the board of directors for Southern University. You the head of the board of trustees for Southern University. I'm gonna need you not to get in no more type of hiring or anything. Because if this don't work, you cannot blame nobody but yourself. You can't even blame Roman Banks on this. Roman Banks ain't had no type of authority in autonomy in hiring this damn coach.
Man, let me get out of here. I gotta grab me something to eat.
Oh yeah, y'all got a family thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but hey man, big day tomorrow. Everything from indoor track to baseball. It's a big day tomorrow.
Basketball, Legacy Bowl.
I might not, man. I might not leave out the room tomorrow. If I don't get cussed out, I might not leave the room. Just get me some snacks and sit in the bed and watch TV.
Hey, that's the best thing. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have my laptop in the living room, have TV on, have my phone with me. We're gonna be on like Donkey Kong.
I can't go in the living room on Saturday when she off, because that means she'll be asking me to do stuff.
See, that's the best thing about me. I live by myself.
If I could be married and live by myself at the same time, that'd be the perfect world.
Boy, then the blonde haired lady would have your head on a stake.
Oh, see, I already upset about what I said about Jill Scott, because she got coworkers to be snitching.
Let them snitch. Let them snitch. Jill Scott be shoot. If I have my way, Jill Scott be coming home with me right now.
I told y'all, as soon as she go on tour, she gonna be in Atlanta in March, so I gotta see how I am about that physically. But if she be on tour before anytime between June before the football season, I hope the security guards can fight, because I'm gonna be front row. I might be squeezing that meat.
I think the only concert I might want to go to this year would be J. Cole. And he'll be in Dallas here September the 19th. So, yeah. Because I'm mad I didn't even know Kendrick Lamar when he was here.
I need the Houston rodeo, with the R&B rodeo, whatever in Houston.
Oh, yeah. The rodeo is in Houston, boy. It's about to get stupid busy down there for the next month. What's up, Queen? Said Jellyfish, she look good. Hey, cousin, she look good. Good.
Yeah, when she was at Jazz in the Garden, I was close enough to reach out and touch her, but I had that blonde haired lady with me, and
boy, here, let it go suplex your ass.
I just had to sit there and imagine.
You ain't gonna need no ED pill. She gonna fix your shit right then and there. Let's go, fuck this bitch. That's that blonde kid, let it go, dude. She gonna be like, fuck this bitch. I can do better than that.
Well, let me get out of here, man. Hey, thank you for having me on, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody, man. You podcasting this weekend?
Probably Sunday before I start work.
If somehow we get a good win against that school in Daytona, I'm probably gonna jump on real quick on Sunday. We'll see.
Cause you about to risk it all. I ain't gonna have no best friend over here, man. Damn shame what she did to that dog.
Nah. All right, Mr. Hunt.
All right, man. I'll holler at you later.
All right.
Man. But yeah, man. It's crazy to talk about that, but I don't think Perry was tripping. I think he's telling the truth. I think he's telling his truth. I think he's well within his right to talk about what's going on with Southern University as far as when it comes to the football team, because you took, like I said, you took a big risk. You took a big risk to get him there, to hire him, and you paid him this money. Now it's time for him to do the job. But again, we got Legacy Bowl tomorrow. That'll be on NFL Network. We got basketball games, pivotal basketball games that's going down the line, coming down the line this weekend. You got on the men's side, you got number one. You got number one versus I think number two. And on the women's side, On the women's side, you got can Dawn Thornton and her Lady Bulldogs, can they win number 14? Can they win the 14 in a row? You're looking at Jackson State as far as the women. We already talked about the story with what's going on with the program, with the women's program. Can they keep up the momentum? On the men's side, can those Blue Bengals keep the momentum of the win they had against Bethune-Cookman going into the game against Alcorn? You got Grambling taking on Southern this weekend. Looking at teams that's looking to jockeying up in position. Yes, I seen that Dr. Norman Francis, who was the president of University of New Orleans, and not University of New Orleans, Xavier University of Louisiana, passed away this week at the age of 94. Okay, so he was an early investor of the Saints. Cool. But yes, condolences out to the family for him. Of course, again with Jason Jackson. Our last true connection with Dr. King. Of course, he passed away this week, early this week. Again, HBCU Athletic Conference will be hosting their 2027 basketball tournament, men's and women's basketball tournament in Dallas, as Paul Quinn will be the host school for both men's and women's conference tournaments. So if you are, of course, Wiley is in Texas. Wiley is part of the conference, and Houston Tillotson down in Austin. Those are the Texas schools. Of course, you got your Arkansas schools, Philander Smith, and I think Shorter also. Dilla and Suno. You got Tougaloo, Stillman, Oakwood, Talladega, Fisk, and the University of the Virgin Islands. Well, you got a lot of schools, and Wilberforce in Ohio. They're going to be making their way to Texas next year for the tournament. It's time for the city of Dallas to roll out the carpet for the conference. Show them how we do it here in Big D, in Triple D. I'm gonna say it like that. And let them know that we care about the conference, care about basketball always. Other than that, Tuesday, 3 p.m., I will have Coach Dawn Thornton on the show. We'll talk about a win streak right now. And can she get over that? We're trying to see if we get over that hump in the tournament. Of course, I'm going to try to get Dr. Michael Sorrells, who's the president of Paul Quinn College, onto the show, get his vision about the college and beyond, and see if we can try to move the college into university status. And last but not least, Dr. Kiki Baker-Barnes, who is the commissioner of the HBCU Athletic Conference. I'm trying to get her on here after their basketball tournament is over with. So we're going to have a full slate, and I'm going to try to see if I get more people to get interviews on over here, because it is the spring. Once basketball season is over with, we got baseball season, we got softball, and then we got outdoor track and field, and then we also have spring practice for football and the spring games. So those should be coming up. Those dates should be coming up for the spring football games, and just get ready for the fall. But other than that, man, y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Hug your loved ones. And love on your loved ones. Crash out on your kids and beat them out the penitentiary. And if my boy Jamal was on here, as always, he'll say punch a Nazi and fuck Donald Trump. I am the Holiday. This has been HBCU Tonight. As always, y'all be easy. Peace.